As we draw to the end of another year, it's time to look forward into the future at what we'll be playing in 2020. And boy, is it going to be a big year. This list isn't ranked and is instead in order of release date, so you can stay on top of what's coming out first. From the big releases like Cyberpunk 2077 to the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Animal Crossing New Horizons, there's something for everyone to get excited about. So if you want to make sure you've got the right release date booked off work, keep watching. Here are 9 incredible games coming in 2020. Final Fantasy VII Remake. You wanted it so badly, and eventually you're going to get it. At E3 2015, Square Enix gave us a glorious glimpse of Cloud Strive's big comeback. And since then, we've seen more of the game and even been hands-on with it, so it's definitely real. There's the option to play using the action-heavy real-time combat a la Final Fantasy 15, or the OG Classic mode, which switches the combat to the original turn-based menu system. The reunion with Cloud and the gang finally happens March 3rd, 2020. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Folks have been dreaming about a new entry in this adorably gentle life sim since New Leaf floated into our lives, and thankfully Nintendo answered all our prayers when they finally announced a new adventure by the name of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Set to make its way to Switch in 2020, it already looks amazing. Set on a deserted tropical island, you get yourself the Nook Inc. getaway package and board a plane to go on the best long-term vacation. With crafting, oodles of customization, and so many new features, we can't wait to reunite with Tom Nook and Isabelle. Doom Eternal. Of course, a sequel to 2016's Doom reboot is happening. Not only was it a magical comeback for the FPS veteran developer id Software, but the game's flippant approach to contemporary game design and indulgent storytelling was a breath of fresh air in a claustrophobic corridor of play-it-safe products. Doom Eternal will bring the horrors of hell to terra firma itself, and Doom Guy is not happy about it. Ready your trigger fingers for another epic battle with the underworld's pantheon of demonic fiends and nasties March 2020. Resident Evil 3. Yes, it's official. Capcom is releasing a remake of Resident Evil 3 and will reunite us with Jill Valentine, Carlos, and the horrific villain Nemesis. The Resident Evil 2 remake was one of the best recent releases, and if it's anything to go by, the return of 3 will take us on another updated zombie-infested fright fest you won't want to miss. Plus, this time around, Resi 3 will also include the multiplayer spin-off Project Resistance. Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red has dropped a number of gameplay demos already, but perhaps most excitingly, they even let us inside their studio. Look, there's a Cyberpunk dog. And here's a never-seen-before clip of one of the composers working on a track that will feature in the game. Yep, it's even gonna sound amazing. As a customizable protagonist, you'll explore the dense metropolis and dive into Cyberpunk 2077's grungy world of high-tech weaponry and digital espionage, April 16th, 2020. The Last of Us Part 2. The Last of Us Part 2 picks up the story of Joel and Ellie 5 years after the original game, and survival in a post-outbreak world will still be the key theme of the game. Our hands-on with it gave us a chance to see a new, deadlier Ellie in action, and it was a wild ride of emotions and brutal violence that promises The Last of Us 2 will pack the same emotional punch as the critically acclaimed original did way back in 2013. Dying Light 2. No calendar is complete without a zombie game or two on the horizon, and Dying Light 2 has a good chance of being the only zombie game you'll need for the foreseeable future. Techland got off to a fantastic start with the original Dying Light in 2015, and its sequel intends to heavily expand those parameters in every regard. With its reactive world, branching narrative, finessed combat, and radically upgraded visuals, Dying Light 2 is everything you could hope for in one beautifully apocalyptic package. Roll on Spring 2020. Halo Infinite. Make no mistake, 343 Industries' follow-up to 2015's Halo 5 is still a long way off, but it's definitely happening, bearing a curious new subheader and running on a brand new engine known as Slipspace. The trailer almost seems to suggest that Master Chief's next adventure will have MMO qualities to it, or at least be more open-ended and sandbox-like in flavour. This could just be the Halo comeback we've all been waiting for. Ghost of Tsushima. Sucker Punch hit us with quite the surprise when it revealed Ghost of Tsushima out of the blue, a samurai-led tale of ancient Japan from the studio that brought you Infamous and the Sly Cooper series. You play as an as-yet unnamed swordsman, fighting for his life against the invading forces of the Mongol Empire, and living out real historical events that kicked off in the year 1274. Prepare yourself for plenty of intense melee combat in a large, open-world take on feudal Japan. Will this be a PS5 launch title? Almost definitely. Of course, there's loads of games we haven't mentioned in full, like the Switch-exclusive Bayonetta 3, Ubisoft's take on Assassin's Creed Black Flag without the assassins known as Skull and Bones, the prequel to Jade and PJ's escapades in the form of Beyond Good and Evil 2, Metroid Prime 4, which still has nothing to show other than this logo, Bethesda's first IP in 25 years, Starfield, and of course, Elder Scrolls 6, which is absolutely a next-gen title. None of these have release dates other than a tentative 2020, and for some, even that seems unlikely. Regardless, there's lots to look forward to in 2020, so keep it here on GamesRadar.